Ladies and gentlemen, let me share some wisdom with you, not from myself, but from my wise father, who told me one time, in life, at times, you can either be right or you can be loving, but you can't always be both. Let me explain. We are in a time right now because of COVID where there is so much polarization. Agree, disagree with mask, reopening, blah, blah, blah. There are people on both sides. You're either on this side or on that side. Most people are passionately on one side or the other. But going back to the point of this is that when you run into disagreements with other people, you can either be right or you can be loving. Meaning, you can explain your point to the very end and prove to them why you're right and they're wrong. And you may walk away being right, but they still don't agree with you. You came across very unloving, and now you've put a divide in that relationship when you could have understood that, hey, we're both going to disagree. Instead of trying to prove that you're right, just then become loving. Go, hey, look, you know what? I understand we both disagree. That's okay. Let's go do something different. Let's talk about something different. I totally validate your point. I think that it's amazing that you have a perspective. I have my own perspective. And if we're not going to be able to agree, let's not argue it to the very end. Let's just try to be loving and move forward. And again, talk about something different. Change your activity. Change the topic. You can either be right or you can be loving. But you can't always be both. And you're going to want to be loving more than being right. Because being right helps no one. Being loving helps us stay united as a whole so that we can continue to move forward in a united way. We're not all going to be perfectly united. But if we're united in the fact that we all love and support each other as humans, we don't have to agree on the opinions and all the perspectives and the different points. But we do need to love each other as humans. Just basic love for our fellow humans should supersede any desire to be right or to have the best opinion or the most facts to back up your opinion. The most important thing is that we remain loving towards each other, not that we become right every time and that our opinion's always the best. That's not mature, that's not loving, and at the end of the day, it's not helpful for you, for your relationships in your community, for our country as a whole, and for the world as a whole. Being right is not better than being loving. Choose to be loving when you understand that it's not gonna be a wise, impactful decision. Just argue your point to be right to the end. That's not helpful. So be wise when you come into contact with people that disagree with you. Try to be loving. That you know what you believe. That's great. Let them believe what they want to believe. Try to be loving. That's way more impactful than being right. I'm gonna leave it right there. Be loving. It's way more impactful than being right.